I'll tell you what. Have you watched the Michael Jackson documentary?
No, I have not.
I've only watched one. There's two episodes.
I went to Kate and Wade's on Tuesday night, and they were telling me about it, and we was talking about like if it's true or not. It's just because it's what's it called? It's like Leaving Neverland, isn't it called? Or something?
Yeah, it's on like Channel 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4OD.
I thought it was on Netflix,
4OD,
but then I saw it on 4OD. Yeah.
Yeah, because what were they saying? They were saying that because he didn't have like a childhood or something, that like that's why he hang around little kids, and like he wanted to like just drink like Ribena juice with them and fucking.
Have you seen it, Georgia?
No, I haven't.
Play Duck Goose.
Duck Goose.
Yes, I've only seen. I think both episodes are like an hour and a half. Like they're quite long, but yeah, that's basically it. But you don't know if he's a paedophile or not because no one's actually. There's not evidence of him actually like fucking someone.
Right, but the documentary is about an interview, isn't it?
It's two people.
Yeah,
two,
in their 30s, isn't it?
Two people that are now in their 30s that are like in front of the camera and talk through their entire experience, and then they like stage how the thing was like in his house with the kids, and they give you like the layout of what happened and where they were and stuff, right. And then the kids' parents and how Michael like got their parents to agree to seeing their kids and sleeping with their kids and stuff.
But my thing is like, if he was like a normal person, he wouldn't be getting like the same treatment. Everyone would probably just call him a fucking pedo and just be in prison by now.
Well, people are calling him a pedo.
Yeah, but obviously he died. He's dead. But like,
yeah.
He didn't go to prison at any point.
I mean, it couldn't sound more obvious that he was a pedo, but then you still don't know.
That's the thing. All the what you've seen and heard points towards the fact he is, but you don't actually like. But there's all that 1% because
they're directing it to make you think that.
Yeah, exactly right. But there's no, like you said, there's no proof. But
no, but they're
never going to be so sure that he actually was like. Even if someone was like, oh yeah, he fucking definitely is, but you can't be 100% sure.
No, but there's as much proof as a paedophile could possibly have, apart from video of them actually doing something. Like everything other than that, like there's evidence, and even there's an interview of what's his sister, Janet.
Yeah. Like
there's an interview of her in like the 90s, I think, and she's in front of the camera saying like Michael's a paedophile. Like she doesn't say Michael's a paedophile, but it's like he really needs to stop doing what he's doing to little kids and sleeping with them and stuff. She literally says that to the camera.
It kind of reminds me of like the O.J. Simpson kind of thing. Like all the evidence, everything that kind of points towards them.
All his family admit that he was not sleeping as in having sex, but was sleeping with these kids like day in, day out.
Yeah.
Like in the same bed. Cleaner said that he saw them like naked. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all like even the family have to admit that. And he had like bells on his corridor.
That's right. So then when people like would come, he could hear people coming, so they'll get changed like as soon as quickly as they could, like get some clothes on. That's why, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, and the kids aren't just randomers that you don't know knew Michael. Like Michael, there's tons of pictures and videos of them together because they were the kids that danced for him. Like he had like these little dancers on stage when he was performing that did like the Michael Jackson moves and stuff, and he'd like select the kids that he wanted to do the dancing for him, and then he'd go and meet their family and become like really close with the family and all that. Then he'd get them to come to Australia and on his tours and that.
That's so weird.
But the stories of the kids is like...
I need to watch it. I need to watch that. I will watch it at some point, but the Madeleine Mccann thing's coming out tomorrow, isn't it? On Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that called?
I think it's just called Madeleine Mccann, right?
I don't know.
Is it just a story? Is it anything in particular?
It's just a documentary.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like...
Is it about the parents or is it just about...
No, the parents ain't in it. They didn't want to be in it, apparently. Like, they, didn't want to be in it.
But is there a story to it, or is it just telling the story? Is it like a...
Oh, I'm not too sure in that regard, but...
You'd think it would be like producers like setting people up and giving a story of what they think.
That's another example. Like the evidence, like what you like have heard and like seen, it kind of points towards just the parents did everything.
Yeah.
Like, but you don't really know that for sure. But
well, no, that's way less proof than that though.
Well, no, because they found
they
found blood behind the sofa, like in their hotel, and they found
car.
blood in the car as well. Of Maddie, it was Maddie's DNA as well, wasn't it?
And then the dog smelled death on like her cuddly toy.
Yeah, I don't actually know that much about that. Madeleine McCann thing. The only thing about the Madeleine McCann thing is that I don't know what made it go so big. Because obviously it's a serious situation, but shit like that happens quite a lot.
Yeah, well, it was the parents. They kept pushing and pushing.
Yeah. But why would they do that? Why would the parents...
Because they want to cover up that they did it.
Oh, no, but why would they do it in the first place? Are you trying to say?
Yeah, why did they want that? No.
Oh.
When they killed Madeleine McCann, let's just say, and then why would they want all the fame? You just think it was purely to cover themselves up?
Well, my theory was that I thought they would just wanted to get some publicity from it and some money, but I don't think they thought it'd be as big as it was, or it would.
Surely not, because that happens all the time, and parents don't get really famous off of it and make loads of money from it. Like
I've slightly wondered about that. Like, why of all them, why did that get so big? That kind of situation. Out of all the others that have been kidnapped or like missing.
That happens quite. I don't know the statistics, but that parents have killed kids like quite a lot. Happens every year.
It happens probably every week.
Probably happens, yeah.
Or even every day, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like it was just hit by the media. Just pushed by the parents.
Yeah. I just wonder why, like that one in particular.
When you say pushing the parents, you mean like they wanted to find...
Yeah, because they released details to media and all before like the police told them to.
Yeah, they were all over the news. Like, they contacted the news and then they kept pushing the story and what happened. So they kind of made it in the news.
So what do you think? Do you have like
I just don't know enough about it. But it seems like there's absolutely no evidence that anyone like broke into the house or that there was just any way for her to be taken.
Yeah, my mum thinks, she thinks that that the mum and dad wanted to go out for the night, but obviously they had Madeleine and they had the twins.
Yeah.
So they thought they drugged them.
Yeah.
Like sleeping
tablets, and then
she had an overdose.
Yeah, that's what.
That's a very common one that people think.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but there's no evidence of anyone breaking in.
But then what would the blood be? I thought she like might have just like tripped over and just smacked her head on the floor.
But would they do all this massive cover up if it was like they accidentally killed her? Do you know what I mean? It would be quite hard to come out into the media and be like the centre of media's attention if you know that you just killed the daughter.
If they go back to England without their daughter, what they're going to tell people?
Yeah, but they could have done that, and then they could have been like act as if like she went missing, because that's what they like the theory, or the main theory I've heard is that they put the body bag in the trunk. And then there was like a construction, like near off their resort, and they like buried it within the construction. So then like the constructors just like laid the road on it.
How old would she have been now, you reckon?
Oh fuck! I don't. When did
a few years younger than us, wasn't it?
It's like 18, I think she'd be.
No.
Yeah, she'd be like an adult now.
Yeah, she'd definitely be in her late teens, like maybe like early like 20. She's like, no, actually no. Probably, yeah, late teens.
Well, how old was she when she got abducted? Wasn't she like 4 or 5?
Yeah, I know, I thought she was like 7.
No, she wasn't 7, mate. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure she was like 5. She was born in 2003, so she's a year older than my brother.
So she's 16. She would have been 16.
Yeah, 16.
How old was she when she got took?
15 or 16.
She was like 5?
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Oh wow. This is a crazy situation that just blew up. Sounds like. There's so many kind of like like we're saying now, like the O.J. Simpson, like Michael Jackson, Madeleine McCann, all these kind of like normal situations, just like so much bigger and just been blown up by the media this way, that way, and that way. Everyone just has an opinion. Like, and a debate of what actually happened, but you'll never actually know what really happened in those situations, regardless whether the evidence points towards, like 99% points towards some like the answer, but you just never know.
You never know.
Crazy shit.
I love the people that are like their life's so shit that they just say it was them, or they say they've seen her just literally just for attention.
What?
Like, ever since she got abducted, people like come out and they're like, I think I saw her. Or like, there was even a guy that said he did it, and then he had to get proven that he didn't do it, because that people just want attention.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Someone's in the media and they say they just like, oh, I'm bored. I'm just gonna say I was to do with it.
That's so.
It's just funny to me, like how crap some people's lives are. They just have to get involved and shit. Like
that wouldn't even cross my mind to do that. That's just so like.
But think of how like fucked up some people are.
Yeah, this world is batshit crazy. It actually is. Got some fucking weirdos, don't you, Georgia?
Yeah. He was directing that at me.
No,
Yeah.
I was looking at a laptop.
I tell you what was bare booky, one of the American shootings at the schools, and I remember I watched the video like 2 weeks before it happened because someone sent it to me on Facebook, and it was of this kid. He was like 15, sitting in his car, and he was like properly weird. Like he had like like a Rolls Royce. He was seriously rich. Oh, he couldn't have been 16 then. He must have been like 17, 18. He'd got this banging car. He had a mansion. He was rich as fuck, but he had 0 friends. 0 girls liked him, but because he was rich, he just had this massive ego, and he was like, why do girls not like me? How can you not like this? And my car and my face. Really, really creepy video, right? And then literally 2 weeks later, he went into a school and killed like 16 people. And then the police shot him, or he shot himself. And then there was a video released of the day he did it, and it was another video in his car going, I can't wait to unload and shoot all you girls that don't like me. Like proper creepy shit.
Oh, that's spooky.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Getting deep tonight.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just like one thing like that could just make you snap, and you could just do something just so.
It's so
crazy.
The fact that there are like such crazy people out there like him, though. There's literally like people walking the streets that are like him, innit?
Yeah, could you imagine if like you like walking on the street and you had like a meter on like people's foreheads to see how bad they were, like a rating out of 10. So like 10 was good and like 1 was bad, and you could just see what their meter was just seeing on their forehead, or like some sort of like recognition of that. You'd be so wet, but the thing is, there'll be so much of a divide.
Yeah, you'd be like, can't associate with the twos.
It's like them futuristic things.
Oh, it's like that episode of Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yeah, of the likes, innit?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? With the likes. Was it the likes?
You got like a rating.
Yes, the rating.
It's like a rating out of 5. And if you're below like a 4.
That was one of the best episodes, to be fair. That one. That was actually the first one I watched as well.
Just listen to a bit of this. This is him, right?
I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy. And yet you
Oh, he looks like Miran.
instead of me, the supreme gentleman. I will punish all of you for it.
What?
On the day of retribution,
This is the day he killed people.
the hottest sorority house of UCSB. And I will slaughter every single spoiled, stuck-up, blonde slut I see inside there.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
All those girls that I've desired so much, they would have all rejected me and looked down upon me as an inferior man if I ever made a sexual advance towards them. While they throw themselves at these obnoxious brutes.
Obnoxious fruits and his
I'll take great pleasure in slaughtering all of you.
That's basically it. Like, it's like 6 minutes long of that, basically. But how crazy is that? Like, it's as if he's acting, isn't it? It's as if he's like a really bad actor. Like, even his laugh is like, like it's like a fake laugh.
Even that bit where like, like he said something, they went.
Yeah. It's
like,
really weird behaviour. But he's dead serious, and then he went and fucking actually did it. Got a gun in America and then did it.
Well, you got to think, right? Like having that kind of upbringing where you're like your family's rich and everything, you get like loads of stuff, but then like when you want to actually socially interact with people, they kind of like no. And then like someone that get stuff given to him all the time.
Yeah.
Gets turned down by like normal regular people saying no, like not liking you. You're kind of like, what the fuck?
It's like as extreme as you can get with like materialism. That he's literally thinks he can have zero personality, and just purely because of his upbringing and his money, he think girls are gonna like fall at his feet.
Well, if he was in fucking this era, he'd probably do alright with Instagram and shit. He probably would have though. Like he probably, if he had all that, like,
listen to him. He's the creepiest kid ever, man.
yeah, he probably would have like, if he had Instagram, he probably would have like, people would have like been like, yeah, he got a nice car and like all that kind of shit. I reckon girls would have liked him.
Yeah, or girls are like sliding,
But not like
sliding
not
his
like,
DMs, isn't it?
Yeah, but obviously, like when they probably meet him, probably think, no, like fuck.
Yeah,
that.
but he was making car videos like that for months before he actually went and did it.
Oh, I thought he made that one and then.
That was on the day that he did it. That was his last
but
video.
He built them up.
Yeah, he literally made videos for, I think it was up to a year, and it was all of like why girls don't like me and what I should be with everyone and all these hate videos and shit. And then it was obvious that he was going to do it if you now listen back to them, like with the things he was saying. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
You have some.
Elliot Roger, he's called.
You have some sadistic people out there. It's disgusting. But how old is he? He looks young.
Well, he's in a car, so
like
but you're
16.
young.
I don't know. I'd say 18.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the age limit is.
Yeah, so 18
Just come back sorority girls.
17, 18. Yeah, he's at college.
So he's probably at 18, 19, I'd say.
He's obviously gone to college with bare money and thought, I'm gonna fuck bare. And then he just gets nothing.
He just gets rejected and throws up on girls' boobs, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
That's so. It's crazy though. Like, I feel like one bag thing could just lead it down a landslide, and then you could just snap.
Well, have I ever told you what happened in my first year at uni in Bournemouth?
What?
I lived in a student accommodation, Lyme Regis, right? And I was at a party on the first floor.
Okay.
I can't laugh. It was one of the worst things ever. So I was at party first floor. It's like Friday night, right? Music's banging, right? Proper loud, good party. It was like a pre-drinks, right? And literally, suddenly, bosh, right? And you can kind of hear it, and it was more like you could literally hear like the floor shake a bit, and people are just like looking around like, did anyone just fucking hear that? It was like something had just crashed, right? And then this girl was standing by the window of the apartment, and she's looked out the window, and basically we were on the first floor, and so out this window was the top. It was like a rooftop, right? Because there was a Tesco's, and so out the window you could see the roof of the Tesco's, and she's looked out, and this guy's literally just fucking jumped from the. I was on the top floor, which I think was floor 12, and so he jumped from the top floor onto the fucking roof of Tesco's, and he was. I went out and looked, and it was like the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. Like, he was just like torn apart, basically.
I remember you telling me that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's like.
It was on the news.
Yeah, it's on the news.
reading
It's obviously
it
on
as
the
well.
news. Like,
I remember when he told me. I looked it up like a couple of days later, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
And I knew because he lived in my building, and he was on the top floor. I was on the floor below the top floor. So I'd been in the elevator with him like bare times. No, he never spoke. You could tell he was a bit odd. He was really, really short and just really quiet. You couldn't get a word out of him. But he did that because he was with a girl, and then the girl broke up with him, and he'd probably never been with a girl before. And if you look at his Twitter. After when he died, for the last like week or 2 weeks, he'd been writing things like can't wait to reach the speed of free fall, heard it's like 9 meters per second, and all of this like weird things that you'd look at and be like, what the fuck? But he obviously didn't really have any mates probably to call him out and be like, right, what the fuck was that tweet? Like if he said that, if he just randomly put up like a tweet or something like, can't wait to reach the speed of freefall, I'd be like, right, what the fuck's going on there? Do you know what I mean?
Message would be like, what are you writing, you stupid
Yeah,
cunt?
but he was in a flat, obviously a student flat with 4 or 5 other people.
And the thing is, in them flats, if you don't get along with someone, you can get isolated in halls.
Yeah,
for sure,
and they, you know, they were like really sad, but I don't think they even liked him. It was one of those things that he died, and then they realised like they probably were like, ignoring him or bullying him or something. Who knows?
Bless him.
Do you know what the worst thing was about it though? That was an exam week, and no one was friends with this guy, right? At least not that many people. I'm not kidding. Our building got told that if anyone wants to delay their exams, they can. If they can postpone them by like a month or a week at least. And about half my fucking student block delayed their exams because they said that they were so upset with the guy dying.
But they were just chatting politics.
But most people didn't even know who he was. They'd seen him maybe once or twice. I was like, that is proper harsh, man. You're like benefiting off this guy's fucking suicide.
Deep, like.
Yeah, because everyone made that joke in like GCSE, like, oh, if like, someone dies, like,
Everyone gets a nice door.
if someone takes like the fucking, you know.
Nah, man, that's
Like,
so
no, but that was like the fucking. That was like the joke, wasn't it? Back in the day. But that's the fact that like actually, when you hear it happen, you're like, what the fuck, like. That's so crazy. But what was that thing in CLV that happened in first year?
Oh yeah, so over the summer period when like they rent the rooms out just like to regular people for like a weekend, where I think some people came over from France or something, and they were renting one of the flats, and this girl was in this room and she must have been out the night before and took like drugs or whatever and had an overdose. But no one, because the door was locked and no one had heard from her from like 3 days, they finally like got someone to open the door and she was just dead.
What, the French girl?
Yeah, just one of these French girls that were over. I think they were French. I don't know.
That's mad. But didn't they like find blood and shit? Like in one of the, because wasn't it in Aaron's old room in that flat?
No, it was like that floor. It wasn't in his.
Oh, it wasn't in his actual flat.
Was she committed suicide?
No, she overdosed.
Accidentally?
I assume so.
I guess you don't know. Shit.
Yeah, and then like all the like Jan and Jason and all had to come back.
Yeah, because I remember hearing about that, or you telling me.
Yeah, it would be me and Aaron telling you.
Yeah.
Because it died before they moved out.
Oh, was it really?
Mate, I'm gonna have to name this podcast like warning. Dark times or something.
I want the title of this.
Yeah. Fuck this.
Listen at your own risk.
Yeah, this is fucked. We're literally just talking about murder and suicide. Enjoy.
So crazy. It's such a mad kind of topic.
Yeah.
But there's so many factors to it. Like that, it's so crazy.
To put a spin and make it a bit more fun, but still talking about suicide. Have you seen the Ricky Gervais new thing on Netflix called Afterlife?
No.
I was crazy. That's so funny. Oh, you'd like it.
What's that, like his wife dies of cancer or something?
Did you like The Office? You haven't seen The Office,
I
have you?
haven't seen the UK one.
I don't know. I don't really know what the American one's like. You like really dry humour? Do you like Ricky Gervais?
He's okay.
Do you like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's kind of like dry humour.
Yeah.
Super dry humour though. Like this is like The
Yeah,
Office.
I love super dry humour.
Yeah,
it's just awkward.
You must like Ricky Gervais then, right?
I love Ricky Gervais.
Oh, well,
I just don't listen.
basically, if you like Ricky Gervais, you'll fucking love this. It's called Afterlife on Netflix.
I've seen that thing on Netflix. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's came up like advertised.
You seen like the trailer? Yeah, it's so.
I haven't
funny.
seen the trailer. Like, what is it? So it's worth watching. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a guy that his wife dies, and that's like everything in his life. Just his wife and his dog. So he's just left with his dog, and then he just decides like he's just gonna tell everyone exactly what he thinks, and that he doesn't give a fuck about anything basically, and then he's just gonna eventually kill himself. So it's just about him being like brutally honest to like the world.
Oh, I definitely have to watch that.
It's super funny.
Ricky Gervais is just so like.
Yeah.
He's so jokes.
I like his podcasts.
Is it his podcast?
Is it his
He's got a podcast.
Has
Really?
he?
Yeah.
I listened to him
What's
on
it
the True
called?
Geordie.
I can't remember what it's called.
I've seen him on. Yeah, I've seen him on a couple of podcasts. I'd listen to his podcast if I know what it was.
I listened to him on what's his face? Who's the one that does it with Matt Serra?
With Matt Serra.
Yeah. The comedian. Funny. He's been on Rogan a few times. I can't.
I don't know.
When I hear the name, I'm just gonna fucking.
You're not thinking? Is it a new one? Is it?
Like the one that's like animated.
Oh,
The Ricky Gervais
the
show?
old school one. Well, yeah. Do you know that was actually one of the first podcasts? Sorry, I thought you were talking about like a new one.
No.
Ricky Gervais show was like 10 to 5 years ago.
I know we've
5
been
to-
listening to it in our house.
Oh, it's fucking. Have you not listened to it before?
No.
Fuck, that's probably the funniest podcast like ever. The Ricky Gervais show, you know?
No.
Jack Black's
Oh
one's
my
good
God.
that he's got.
Jack Black's got one. Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Everyone's got one, and it's so cool. Everyone's got one.
The Ricky Gervais show is animated though, like a little animated characters, and it's Carl Pilkington.
Yeah.
It's Ricky Gervais, Carl
No, it's
Pilkington.
not.
Oh mate, there's how many episodes is there?
There's
They've got like
loads.
200 episodes.
Looks like I know I'm gonna be listening to.
Oh mate, I got sucked into that. It's fucking addictive, innit? It's proper sick.
Jim Norton, Matt Sarah and Jim Norton.
Oh yes.
They had
Brian Cullen's friend, Jim Norton.
yeah, like skinny guy, fucking
Bald.
dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Them two, and they had I think no, they had Jim Norton, and it was Jim Norton, Joe Rogan, and Ricky Gervais. They done a free. It was fucking
I wanna
great.
listen to that, yeah,
it's
that's sick.
great, really cool. Like Rogan and Gervais, like the characters of them like interacting was really cool.
Yeah, that sounds fucking good. 3 of them actually.
They're really good. That's the thing, like because podcasts are becoming so big, you get to kind of see like insight, like even like with people that are famous, you don't really know their actual personalities, or even if you do and you don't really like them, podcasts like help.
It's weird now, yeah, because all celebrity. That means there's more celebrities. I think more celebrities now because there's more people for you to get to know.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any like massive. There's not as many like huge idols. When you think of like
No.
back in the day, like Elvis Presley or something,
Like Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yeah.
Yeah. You have like these iconic like
There's no icons,
superstars. Like but now like everyone's kind of like on the same level.
Yeah.
Whereas like back then obviously you had Elvis and you
Yeah.
had like all them fucking legends. Now because everyone's just kind of we're all doing the kind of the same thing, it's all like no one's standing out from the rest.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a bit like McGregor. He's like a fucking superstar now, like in terms of like combat sports. He's kind of like above everyone else now in terms of stardom.
But to be an idol, I think you can't do things because if you're an idol, I think you have to have something about you like suspicious and keep people guessing. Like Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley didn't do that many. They wouldn't go on a podcast for an hour and speak about their life.
No, I think you have to be to reach that level of excellence. You have to be a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I think you have to have that bit.
You
like,
have to have
that
an aura.
switch. Yes,
An aura. Of like a mysterious aura.
Or like I think it's also a combination of things. It's a combination of like whatever they're doing, whether they're singer, actor, whatever it is, they have to be the elite of that. They have to work hard at that. They have to have the personality for that, and it just has to kind of culminate together. Like with like Elvis Presley, he kind of like introduced that kind of music to that era, and it was cool. Michael Jackson was the same thing. There's like these kind of like people that just transcend their own discipline, and they just become like worldwide stars.
But I think that's one of the reasons Conor McGregor actually got big because Conor McGregor didn't do like that much media. He had like this aura, like this mysterious. Like he'd do a little bit, but every time you went and saw him on TV, it was always planned, and there'd always be something he did that would hit the headlines.
Well, because of his personality,
Yeah.
and because he was just very like, you just didn't know what he was going to do next. You were just waiting for him to do something. Like that's what it was, and that's what it is. Still was as he was coming up. It was just like you were waiting for him, what he was going to say next, what he was going to do next. Like you were just waiting.
But you
It's
don't.
just, fuck
If
it.
you do podcasts and like go on all the talk shows and stuff, you come across as like a person,
More
like
open.
you come across as an actual normal human. If you're going to be an
Yeah.
idol, you can't be relatable.
Yeah.
You've got to be an idol.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's like a balance, isn't there?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. If you get to know like the ins and outs of someone, and Conor McGregor's on a talk show talking about how he like takes a shit or something.
Well, can you
Like,
imagine?
it's
Can you
that's
imagine?
weird.
Can you imagine if McGregor actually didn't speak like the way he did on his like when he was like first making his way up, and he just talked like a normal guy
Yeah, like when on Joe Rogan and spoke for like 3 hours, and
about
you got to
like
know
how
him.
yeah.
It wouldn't have matched what he was going for.
No, he wouldn't.
And every time, and then when you saw him, it would only really be really short interviews or press conferences, and then when he showed up to fight, and then he was fucking people up. So it's like, oh my god, this guy is crazy.
Yeah, it's true, you know, because there's always like you want to know that there's something in like. It's with them stars when they show like a lot of them, like a lot of themselves, but then like their fans think, all right, there's still something a little bit they haven't shown, and they're cooked onto like what that could be.
Conor still has that, but it's like less of an extent now because he's had like his losses and he's not as iconic.
The fact he got big was 3 things. 1 is just his talk. 2, the fact that everyone in Ireland just fucking supported him, like just backed him up every step of the way, and the fact he was just knocking everyone out in 1 round. That's the 3 things that made him so big, and the combination of that made him just a superstar that just transcended the sport. And that's with a lot of these superstars that we just mentioned, like Elvis and Jackson and
Me.
All of the big people like it. John Jones has got a bit of that. John Jones is a bit like he's not too open, and then when you hear him, it's only for a short time.
Well, because he like fucking, you hear him about like cocaine, and then he hit a pregnant lady, and then he took Viagra, quote unquote, and then like now he like believe like he's all like religious now. It's kind of like there's something like you don't know about him. There's still like he keeps hiding. Like what is his true personality? And backed up with his fighting skills, it just makes him that elite. But yeah, I agree with that the fact that like everyone's on like this pedestal, but there's no one standing out from the rest. Like I don't know anyone in like in football now. The only person I can feel was like Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo at the moment, or Messi. Like they
see what Ronaldo did this week.
No, what'd he do?
He's just he's like mad in the Champions League. Like bare fucks. He wins Champions League all the time.
Right.
And now he's at Juventus, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's won it the last like 2 years with Madrid. So Juventus lost the first leg to Atletico 2-0. He's sneezing, isn't he?
They won 3-0 though, didn't they?
Yeah, and so they had to win this one 3-0, and they couldn't. Look at him; he's gonna sneeze.
I'm trying to hold on.
Was that just 4?
That was 3.
3.
Oh, that was 4. Yeah, the one before. It'll be 5 in a minute.
Is when you look at lights, you better sneeze, isn't it? 6.
I can't help it. I just fucking blow the roof off this gaff, mate. I don't know what it is. Like when I sneeze, it's like I have to like prepare like what's behind me. Go, fucking don't need roller coasters. Fuck that. I just fucking sneeze like 20 times.
Yeah, so they were 2-0 down, so everyone was thinking, fuck off Ronaldo, like, you're out, basically. And then he comes and scores a hat-trick and won the 3-0.
And who was that against?
Atletico Madrid, who were really good defensively, innit? So you're thinking, there's no way getting a hat-trick. Fucking scores the last goal like that.
He's another one that's just transcended the sport. He's just fucking worldwide superstar, like, ridiculous.
But again, you never like knew exactly who he was. He never did like really long interviews. No, because
the only interview I've really seen him in is like Jonathan Ross. Jonathan Ross.
Did he go on there? Did he?
He went on Jonathan Ross. Yeah, because he was promoting his. It was either his book or a film.
Yeah.
Because I remember they asked him, it was like, oh, everyone thinks like Messi's better than you, like, and he's just like, yeah, but they didn't ask to do a film with him, did they? That's what he said, isn't it?
I love Messi.
Oh mate, Messi's just. He's a bit like I haven't heard from Messi at all. Like, how's he doing? Like.
Yeah, he's just.
Is he still like?
They just won 5-0. He scored 2 goals in the Champions League.
To me, he's the best footballer ever.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
The only thing I always think in my head when I say that though is the fact that he hasn't won a World Cup, but the fact he's just so good. I don't really care.
It's a team sport though. He's one of 11 players, so I don't look too much into like the cups that they've won.
But do you look into the fact that he's only played for Barcelona and he's won all them championships with Barca? The fact Ronaldo's won it like he's won it at Man U and like Real Madrid. Now he's conquered at Juventus.
But Man U fans they always say that they always say because they love Ronaldo obviously, and Man U fans are always like like Ronaldo, like he's been at all the clubs and shit, like he's better. And then I go, who's the best manager? And they go, Alex Ferguson, man. And I'm like, oh really? Alex Ferguson was basically just at United. So Mourinho's won it with Inter, he's won it with Porto, won it. Who else did he win it with?
Chelsea.
Not the Champions League.
Who you on about? Wait.
Mourinho won the Champions League with Porto, Inter. No, he's won it with 3.
Real Madrid. No,
I don't know if he won it from.
Porto.
Yeah,
Porto.
Porto.
Oh, you said Porto.
Inter Milan.
I'm losing my rocks, man.
He's won it with someone else as well, and then he's won like Premier League, fucking La Liga. So I'm like, oh, Mourinho's better than Alex Ferguson then because he's winning all the fucking things, isn't it? And they're like, no. And it's
No,
like,
it's
we can't have it both ways.
It's
mate.
got to be Real Madrid, right?
I think he might have won it with Madrid. Yeah, might have. Has to be.
The Porto one's the best one though.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
And that was
But
so mad.
I remember that Champions League because that Champions League was. Because I remember Monaco that year were tearing everyone. Like they had Dado Persa up front, and he was like scoring bare. And like, I remember they beat Deportivo like 8-3 in one game.
Yeah.
Like, they were smashing everyone, and then Porto beat Man U, and then they just somehow got to the final, and everyone thought because Monaco knocked out Real Madrid that year when Real Madrid had like Zidane, Figo, like, all them players. Monaco beat them, then they beat Chelsea in the semi-final.
Yeah.
And then everyone thought Monaco was just going to run over Porto, and Porto fucking smashed them 3-0 in it. Because I had like Deco was the one that like back then, he just held that fucking team like in the middle, just played it out. Who else did they have at that time though? They had Deco, they had I think they had Benny McCarthy at the time. They had a really like, it was kind of like the Leicester effect in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Where they must have been like the dirtiest like underdogs in that Champions League, and they just smashed everyone.
Fucking all 4 Premier League teams are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League though.
So who's that? Like City, Liverpool, United,
Man U and
Chelsea.
No,
Tottenham. That's right.
All four of the 8 fucking English teams.
I tell you what.
And Madrid are out. Madrid got fucked up.
Oh, by Ajax, didn't they?
They lost twice to Ajax.
Wow. So you got them? So you
Barcelona.
got the English 4, Barca.
Our 4 teams: Juventus, Ajax, someone else.
That'd be interesting. I'll actually catch them.
Let's go on fights, innit?
So, I didn't watch the fights this weekend. We was out.
Who was it?
All three of us were out.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw the main event.
I saw the main event. I saw some of the highlights. I saw highlights from like most of them, but we was all out. We was all out together. To be fair.
Yeah, friends.
Yeah, I just watched it the next day.
Sultan.
Yeah.
Tottenham forever.
So
basically,
Dos Santos finished Derek Lewis in the second round, didn't he?
Yeah, Derek Lewis looked a bit off. He was doing bare high kicks and spin kicks. It looked like he was just fucking about. And then Dos Anjos did a spin kick to the body. And like proper like winded.
He always get like when you get Derek Lewis in the body. He always kind of like
that's how you beat Derek Lewis. Do you know Derek Lewis?
The Black Beast.
Black
Yes.
Beast. Oh, he's done it about 3 times now. He can take so much damage to the head, but whenever you kick him to the body, he literally like against Dos Santos, he like covers up and turns his back as if he's like never been hit before in his life. He's like, oh. Dos Santos is like, what the fuck? Like, he's literally not defending himself whatsoever.
Well, remember when Travis Brown kept kicking into the body, body, and then he got hurt. And
got through that one.
Yeah, he got through that. But Dos Santos is more powerful than Travis Brown. Like,
and it was a spin kick to the body. It was like proper like.
He's got some good spinning kicks.
He knocked
as well.
out Mark Hunter with a
spinning head kick. I think he did.
Yeah.
Skimmed like his head.
Yeah, a heavyweight.
Yeah. But that's a good win for Dos Santos.
They think it's going to be Dos Santos and
Ngannou. Yeah, I like that.
That makes sense because I don't know who Ngannou's going to fight next otherwise.
Yeah, because you got the whole fucking DC, Brock, Stipe kind of like matches that Ngannou's just kind of the outside. If you're doing Ngannou Dos Santos, then the winner of that would definitely be in line wherever like the heavyweight division falls. For sure. And then the co-main, I was high on Curtis Melinda.
I told you.
You said the other guy.
I haven't seen much of the other guy, but from what I've seen, like I said, he's fucking dangerous. Really.
Well, he fucking choked him out, didn't he? Or like submitted him in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's one to watch for sure. And then the only other one was Tim Means lost.
Nico Price.
That looked like a scrap.
Yeah, Tim Means like broke his ankle, broke his like tore his ACL, done something else as well. Like because he got knocked out, right? And he jumped in the air and landed on his ankle like that, like crooked. So he broke his ankle on it as he got knocked out.
What's the news then? Are we going into UFC London?
We'll go to UFC London first.
Well, just do the main 3, innit?
No, because the main card's dope. Get the
We can't be here all day, mate.
It won't be already.
We're already like an hour in.
Yeah, get the main card out.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
So we'll do the.
What UFC is it?
UFC London.
Yeah, but what number is it?
Oh fuck knows that.
Oh, our main card's here. So
Okay, so we'll start from. So we've got Danny Roberts, a Liverpudlian.
is he Liverpool?
Yeah, he's from Liverpool. Danny Hot Chocolate.
He's the one
Roberts.
that beat Mike Perry, right?
No, he lost to Mike Perry. He's the one that.
Oh, he beat Mike Perry.
No, he lost to Mike Perry. Mike Perry finished him in the 3rd round.
Oh no, yeah, he was beating Mike Perry, wasn't he? He was like doing really well keeping distance, and he was actually beating Mike Perry, and then Mike Perry caught him with like 20 seconds left, didn't he?
Very well rounded, Danny Roberts. I think.
He's got no power though.
Claudio Silva.
Claudio Silva's gonna fuck him up.
So you got Claudio Silva.
Yeah, mate. Claudio Silva's dirty, mate, isn't he? He's got a mad record.
I'm not too familiar with him.
Yeah, because he fucked everyone up, and then he had like 3 years off, and then he came back in his last fight and just fucked up Nordine Taleb.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
He beat Leon Edwards,
Oh shit, okay.
Brad Scott. These are London guys as well, so he loves beating fucking English people, mate. So
this is his next one on his list.
but yeah, look, he was 2014, and then he took a break to 2018.
Wow, so he had 3.5 years off, and then came back and submit. And that ain't
And the
easy to beat
first
Nordine Taleb
fucking
in the
fight
first
back,
round.
have Taleb, mate, enjoy, and he just
And the
fucking
thing is-
choked him out.
MMA math never works, but Taleb fucking knocked out Danny Roberts in the 1st round. Remember, with that high kick.
Yeah. So yeah, don't go too much into these.
I won't sleep on that.
I got Silva.
Okay, I'll go. I don't know much about Silver, so I'll go Danny Roberts, Liverpudlian as well.
Who you got, Georgia?
Plus his nickname, Danny Hot Chocolate
Let's
Roberts.
go Danny Roberts.
Danny Roberts. Next one,
So we got the English prospect Nathaniel Woods.
I don't know much about the other guy though. Jose Alberto Quinones.
I think that was if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong.
He's only
but
had 9 fights.
that was the guy Sean O'Malley was going to fight before he got popped for whatever he had.
Oh, so he's on a 4-fight win streak.
Sean O'Malley got popped.
Yeah, for what did he get popped for, Sean? Sean O'Malley.
Wasn't it just weed?
No, it weren't weed.
Was it steroid?
Yeah, it was a steroid.
Don't know. Oh, so this guy is on a 4-fight win streak, but no one. He beat Ishihara in his last fight, and then he's lost to Ramos. Davi Ramos is a fucking beast, you know. He's fucking sick. But yeah, I got Wood.
Yeah, I like Wood. Very young, and he's just kind of taking it in his stride.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll go Wood.
yeah, I got Wood.
Do you ever seen that fight he had before he came to the UFC in Cage Warriors, where he was getting fucked up. They were slugging it out, and he was getting fucked up, and then he came back. It was unbelievable. He's got a great heart on him, man.
Was he the one that choked that guy out in the last minute? And then people...
No. He beat Johnny Eduardo in his
someone else.
debut as well, which is fucking big for someone his age. He's only like 22.
Next fight, Ozdemir Reyes.
You know, Dominic
Great
Reyes
fight.
is just... Ozdemir's in that top 5. Ozdemir's... See, I don't...
He's
I think
average, man. He's just overhyped because he knocked like 3-4 people out really quickly.
Yes, you can't sleep on him. He comes out the gate fast and just tries to kind of finish it. The thing about Ozdemir that I love, he just puts it on the line. Like, regardless, tries to put on a good fight, and you can't knock anyone for that. But I think Dominic Reyes is too technical, too skilled. And his combinations are just very different. I like it as well, and he's going to be a top contender. But I got Reyes. I think he'll finish him in late second. I'll go late second.
I don't think it'll finish him. I think it'll be 3-round decision. Georgia?
I don't know either of them. I don't know.
Just say Ozdemir or Reyes.
Let's go Ozdemir.
Ozdemir. Reyes is undefeated as well. Next fight, you got Leon Edwards, Gunnar Nelson, co-main event.
I'm gonna go Leon.
Love this fight.
You got Leon. You got Leon, haven't you? Oh no.
No, Gunner's my boy.
Do you know Leon's betting favourite? Very, very, very slight.
I would say that because he's on some streak at the moment.
Well, I think that is because he's actually... I watched a couple of his fights this week. He's got really good takedown defence.
Okay.
and that if against Gunnar Nelson, that's really big.
Yeah, I think. I mean, who's Leon Edwards fought recently? I like Leon Edwards as well. He's a great fighter as well. Very well rounded. Yeah.
But it's just he hasn't got power. He hasn't got much power. But then Gunnar Nelson's not like super powerful.
Well, he knocked out that guy in 8 seconds. Do you remember that?
Yes,
I saw it this week. He knocked out a guy in 8 seconds. Literally just punched 8 seconds.
Well, he beat.
Guy came in, tried leg kicking him, then went for exchange. Leon Edwards just smacked him in the face and knocked him out. Crazy. But he lost to Usman. Lost to Claudio Silva.
His only 2 real losses since 2012 are that Claudio Silva split decision, who's fucking sick, and then Usman decision. And he's beat Tumanov, who's fucking good.
Yeah, I know Tumanov.
Luque's fucking really good. He's the guy the guy who just beat Barberena.
Brian Barberena.
And then he beat Barberena, knocked out Pete Sabotta, and then beat Cerrone. Like, he's fucking good. They're good wins.
The only thing about Leon Edwards is he has decent cardio, but I think someone that will push the pace. Cerrone didn't really.
I just think he's got very good cardio, Leon Edwards. He doesn't look like he'd gas out at all. Why? I think never looked like he'd gas out.
Well,
what are you doing? He's never looked like he'd gas out to me.
I don't know. I feel like in the Cerrone, he kind of like.
You think?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I wouldn't say he's got any worse fucking cardio than Nelson. Like,
yeah, maybe I'm reading too much.
It depends on Leon Edwards' takedown defense. So if it goes to the ground, Nelson's going to ride him.
I think the great fight's great. I think if it gets kind of to the ground,
and if it's on the feet, I'd back Leon to like give some good volume, because Gunnar on the feet is okay.
The thing is, they're not the biggest welterweights. They're very normal, average size welterweights. They're not the biggest, so it'd be very interesting. Like. I'll take Gunnar. I love Gunnar's grappling. It just makes me like love him. He's just so great on the ground.
I'm gonna edge Leon. Actually, I'm gonna edge Leon.
What, by decision?
Yeah. Just to stay away. Takedown defense really good. Maybe get taken down once, but I think he's good enough on the ground just to make it last. But I reckon he'll edge him out on the feet.
I think both of them could finish it, but I don't think they will.
I don't think Leon will finish it. Be very surprised if Leon gets a finish. Gunnar can finish by submission.
I think Leon will. If Leon gets, if Leon's gonna hurt him, it's gonna be early. I don't think it'll be late.
And it could be winner v winner for the co-main event, potentially.
It's a potential. I mean,
although Ben Askren's there to fight the winner of the main event.
Well, they could. Yeah, it depends. There's so many contenders in that division.
Anything else in the co-main?
It does the styles is really good. Like, the stand-up will be really interesting. Like, anyone with a karate base against, like, someone that's, like, predominantly Muay Thai, like, boxing, it's just always good fun to watch.
Who got Georgia?
I said Leon.
Oh, you said Leon, yeah.
I've got Gunnar. I think it'll be a great fight.
Especially in England, remember, I think the judges would be a bit biased as well. We're quite biased over here.
And then,
main event, Darren Till, Jorge Masvidal.
Fucking.
Look how many fucking fights that comes out. This is 46th fight.
It's probably. I'm trying to think of a fight this year. Probably the best fight of the year, I think, in terms of like matchup. I love this fight.
I think.
Great fight.
I think. I don't actually think it's going to be a good fight.
Do you not know?
I think it's going to be another snooze. I think maybe there'll be a finish over 5 rounds, but I think it will look very similar to Till versus Wonderboy.
Oh no! It might be. You might be right.
They're both too technical. They're both way too technical. They're both so good at striking, but they're technical as fuck, man. Like Masvidal's just stays on the back foot a bit. Like they both just keep distance too well.
I think over 5 rounds though.
They're not going to slug it out, are they?
I don't think. I think it'll be technical for a round, and then I think it'll fizzle out as the rounds go on.
Till's saying it's just going to come out the gates, mate.
I don't like him coming out the gates, though. Against Masvidal, I don't think... Because Masvidal is one of them kind of people, regardless of how many times you hit him, it's fucking hard
He's been knocked out... I think he's been knocked out once. And I'm pretty sure...
How long ago was that?
Oh, like, yeah, because I remember we looked, and we were like, oh my god. In all those fights. I think... When it Jeremy Stevens?
No.
Jeremy Stevens beat him.
Sun Sao beat him, didn't he?
That was decision.
TKO, right? 2008.
No. He hasn't lost. What are you looking at?
Go up.
No.
Oh, okay. Wait, is there any?
It's been submitted, and then all of them are decisions.
Yeah, submitted. I knew, but yeah. So it's been TKO'd once over 10 years ago.
Fucking Darst Michael Chiesa as well. Fucking hell.
So it's going to be hard to get rid of him.
That's what I mean. Like, if he comes out the gate fast, and I guarantee, not guarantee, but I think if he finishes him within if he finishes Masvidal, that's so big. It'll be so big because then it'll be like the big comeback. Like, you've seen all the promos for Till. Like, all the promos for UFC London just Till. You don't see Masvidal in there.
Yeah,
it's his
England,
show,
isn't it? Yeah.
really. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think for Jorge, he's got to kind of keep moving. He can't punch, jab, move. He can't get into
I just don't think either of them are going to get in a slug. They're both too clever, man. Think of all Till's last fights. He doesn't fucking come at people like he did with people that were way worse and lower down. Right?
Cerrone kind of just came out the gates, really, didn't he?
He knew he was going to fuck Cerrone up, though. I don't think he was way confident in that fight. I don't think especially when he got knocked out by Woodley as well, coming in like that.
Right. I know this is off the fight, but how good does Masvidal's hair look? I like his long locks.
You like it?
Yeah. Mate, looks like a gangster. Looks like one of them Cuban fucking drug dealers.
I'm not feeling it.
Aren't you?
I think he looks homeless. Have you seen it?
I'm liking the homeless look.
What do you think of bare long hair though? Rests on the shoulders.
Type
in Masvidal.
Yeah, Masvidal long hair.
I mean, it suits him, but I don't. It's not my sort of thing.
But regarding to the fight,
Just go on to images. It'd probably be a new one.
I think there won't be any grappling. The only thing Masvidal, I think, might try and engage in the grappling, maybe.
No.
But
You reckon? That's not...
no, but if anyone's going to engage in the grappling, it'll be Masvidal.
Old. Yeah, if he thinks Till's getting the better of him on the feet, then I guess. But the only thing I think... Masvidal doesn't have knockout power.
No, he doesn't.
But he's just very, very clean,
I don't like that.
technical strike. Yeah, like that one, top right. Yeah.
Not feeling no.
No, I'm not feeling that.
It looks like he's
Fair
clean. Over 5 rounds, Till's still got the questionable cardio issues.
Yeah, because the Wonder Boy was 5 rounds, but he still...
Yeah, but there was dead.
No, Wonder Boy weren't pushing him.
There was no action.
Yeah.
This will have more action than the Wonder Boy fight, but I just... Hopefully not, but I just think there's not going to be too much going on.
Prepared to see a lot of leg kicks. I think a lot of leg kicks will be thrown in this fight.
From Masvidal?
Both. From both, yeah. I think
Interesting.
the fight will be determined on, I think, how Masvidal deals with Till's range and size, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think Masvidal will be on the back foot, but it will depend on how Masvidal moves away from that and implements his game plan. So I think it's down to Masvidal, really, if he wants to kind of engage in that.
I've got Till. Who you got?
I don't know.
Till, but
I reckon Till, but this fight I think is so fucking good that I could see Masvidal pulling something crazy.
I just think I think they're similar-ish. They're both just very technical. They stick to the fundamentals, but I think Till's just bigger and stronger.
Yeah, the size is just.
He's going to hit harder, and I just think that'll win him through aggression.
I've been watching Till leading up to this week, all his workout. He looks fucking sharp. You know,
That's good, yeah. I think it'll be decision.
I like that fucking skinhead. Do you like skinhead on Till? You're not feeling that either.
I'm not feeling his haircut either.
Fucking hell, we're like opposites on this one, aren't we?
Nah, I'm not feeling that. Yeah, no, I've got Till decision.
I reckon that's how he's making weight.
shaving his hair.
Shaving his hair in it, he's getting a few pounds off in it. So,
what do you think it'll be decision or?
It'd be interesting if Till comes out the way he says he's going to come out. He'll either finish in the first or second round, or he'll get finished in the later rounds.
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be that stupid.
I got Till.
What do you reckon, Georgia?
I got Till.
I think Till.
So you've got Till early.
I got Till. I'll go third. I got Till third.
What you got, Georgia?
I'm not predicting a round.
Yeah, just
You just got to do it for the sake of it. I don't like predicting, but
I'll go decision.
Till decision.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And it's a shame we could have been at this card as well.
Yeah, fuck 150 quid for tickets though.
If not more.
No, that's what we wanted to get them for. They got up to like 300.
I thought ours were going to be like 100.
Ours like
100's like max.
the max I would
spend.
have paid would have been 150.
I thought
So
they were
expensive.
like one a day, but they were what like.
Well, no, because we didn't get them on time, and then they resold on that StubHub, and they were like over 300.
Fuck that.
Yeah, not even. I'd rather just watch it on this
Better
TV.
food.
Yeah, I keep getting some really good streams actually, some really good quality streams.
Yeah, because we watched the Jones card, and the picture was
because
fucking
you
clear
know
all the
what?
time.
If you type in Reddit, you know Reddit.
Yeah.
Go Reddit UFC stream and go through Reddit because Reddit always has like the really good underground links and stuff. And they always put really fucking good streams on. Reddit is the one to go to.
Yeah.
Any news then?
Yeah, let's get on
Let's
to
go
the
to Ryan's
news.
corner.
Well, no, let's go to your one because you only got one, and it's pretty much the, you know.
Make
Oh.
McGregor getting arrested.
McGregor getting arrested. Do you know what? I can't even be bothered with this one.
I know, we've already talked about
I
The
hate
thing is,
enough.
McGregor. I feel like McGregor. If McGregor's in like a conversation of ours, it just comes first.
Just fuck
It's
off.
weird,
Just
isn't
fuck off, McGregor. I just don't like him, and you don't know any details about what happened anyway, so he can just fuck off. He just threw a guy's phone on the ground.
I assume a fan was in his face with a phone and then he just got annoyed.
Yeah,
They
like,
called it. Do you know what they called it? They called it strong armed robbery, innit?
Because he picked up the phone.
Because he
and
picked
walked
up, he
away.
took the phone off him, stamped the phone, and then like walked away with the phone.
nothing's gonna happen.
No.
He'll get
The fact
he'll
the
get
guy-
a fine. He'll get a fine. Oh, well done.
Yeah, like a couple of grand or
He's got a
something.
whiskey brand, mate. He doesn't give a fuck.
Like it's a bit weird that the guy sued him. Like if you're putting if I'm putting a phone in your face, I mean like. Back of my head, I'm expecting this guy to fucking take my phone and just throw it or take it or something.
Oh, mate, I mean, I
It's
would have.
because
I
they're
wouldn't
so
do it either,
famous.
but-
You could
They're
definitely, but that guy's probably gonna get like bare money out of it.
Yeah, he'll get like
Just out of
grands like of it.
Yeah,
Grand
mate,
a dollar.
You could
Right.
sue for like 10 grand, mate. It's loads.
But yeah, we'll move on from that because it was fucking.
It's just stupid. Yeah, it's stupid.
And it's just like everyone's talking about the fact that like he's making more news out like not fighting. It's just all like arrested and all
Yeah,
that
I'm
kind of
done
shit.
with McGregor, man. Fuck him.
Right. So the UFC 238 is coming to Chicago, right? And they got some fights they just announced. So I'll do the first one that you might be interested in. So Luke Rockhold might be coming back a light heavyweight
Oh, Rockhold?
he's coming back a light heavyweight, but they're in talks with Corey Anderson. It's a good kind of fight for him. It's a good fight for him.
Yeah.
Because of Corey Anderson's like okay on the feet, like he has his like basics down, but his main thing is wrestling. And if it kind of goes to the ground, you kind of predict.
I wouldn't actually bet on Luke Rockhold against that many people anymore, top guys. But to be fair, that's actually a good matchup. I think.
if he had like really good knockout power in his hands, I would be like, but he doesn't. I've never really seen Corey Anderson hurt someone on the feet.
And Luke Rockhold will have. Well, I don't know who will come out on top with the grappling, but I'd back Rockhold to do pretty fucking well.
Yeah, I like that fight.
It's a good first fight for
Luke,
sure. It's not not really super dangerous, is it?
Yeah, because he's talking about like fighting like the number 1, 2 guys. Like you just got knocked out and you ain't fought in a year, mate. Like just work your way up. You ain't got.
And who are you gonna fight? Fucking like Gustafsson, mate. He's gonna box your fucking head off.
Yeah, the height and range would just not be good for him.
Fuck that.
Right. So the other one, there's 2 more on this. So they've announced Shevchenko versus Jessica Eye.
Yeah, fuck that. That is a shit fight, innit? We talked about this
Yeah,
when
we
Jessica
did.
I fought last time,
Because we were like,
and she wanted a title shot. Mate, she's just not in the same league.
well, she's made
crap.
a lot of noise because she's been like calling for this shot. They think everyone's against her and shit like that, and the media and all that. And she's really spoken up about it. So I think now she's got 3 wins at the new flyweight division. Just there's no one really.
Yeah,
there.
there's no one else, but it's crap.
But she's gone on a streak. But I think Shevchenko will kind of.
It's a crap fight. Shevchenko's going to absolutely bully her.
Yeah,
again.
the technique level and skill level is kind of. It's a bit.
It's not even the same planet.
Yeah, there's a big white.
What's I going to do?
The only thing
Like,
I could
literally.
die is grind it. Is I bigger than her? Like, what's the size in that?
She's probably, she's probably a tiny bit bigger.
Well, they were both bantamweights, and they've both dropped down.
I wouldn't say there's anything in
And
the size.
And Shevchenko fought for the belt. Like,
Shevchenko's stronger. I don't know if she's like bigger in terms of size, but she's definitely stronger.
she's probably the well-rounded female in the whole company, like in the whole roster. Shevchenko, her fucking everything about her is just really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good ground.
And eyes bang average. I mean, that's a shit fight.
Yeah, she's just very like a scrapper grinder, and that's just not good against Shevchenko.
Yeah,
It's just playing into her hands. And then the other fight they announced on that card, fucking Tatiana Suarez and Nina Ansaroff, mate.
Oh, really?
Fucking yeah.
That's a good
Fucking,
fight.
we were talking about that a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's a clear number one contender fight. Clear number one contender fight, I think.
Yeah, I got Suarez for sure.
I got Suarez. I think decision, but she'll
Yeah, she'll cover away.
she'll ruin her.
Yeah.
So Nina Ansaroff, Georgia, is Amanda Nunes' girlfriend. Yeah.
Well, there was a lesbian fight,
Don't
wasn't
think they'll
there?
be dating off this one. What?
There was a lesbian versus a lesbian, wasn't there?
Yeah, Amanda Nunes versus Raquel Pennington.
And then they both had the girlfriends in the corner.
Yeah, because you had
So
Tisha
it's like
Torres.
4 lesbians. That was sick.
But the thing is, that done the worst pay-per-view buys ever. It was like 50,000 or something. That was really bad.
But no one even knows that they're
Yeah,
lesbians.
they didn't even,
apart from,
that's the
like-
thing, they never promoted the fact that they were lesbians, which is so
It'd be quite
stupid.
hard to do, though, wouldn't it?
But you should still like kind of build up this promo for like 3 minutes about like
You know, the poster.
the gay community and all that kind of stuff, and then you have fighters, 2 females fighting for the belt. They're both gay.
They could have done such a funny poster for that. You know, like the UFC posters.
No, but they could have done something inspiring as well that we could have done pretty well if they put it out there. But they didn't even put it out there. And Sean's just like, oh, okay.
No, it's funny. Yeah.
No, I'm only kidding. So
I wonder when will be the first. Oh wait, I wonder when will be the first gay fight.
Oh.
No, that.
but there's no guys that are gay in the.
Oh, but mate, there obviously are.
Yeah, but ones that have come out. Do you know?
No,
any of
just
them?
not people that come out. But you know, it was always a thing in anything, like in football and stuff. Like when one person comes out and then gets accepted and then is praised, another person will come out. In 20 years, there'll be a few gay fighters, I guarantee.
Yeah.
And
And then when will be that'll be so strange. Imagine a UFC title fight and they're both gay.
that would be a bit.
Well, think of this: you might get Sage Northcutt come out and be proper sick. Sage Northcutt could be gay.
Right, and then who's the other one?
Well, I bet there's bare gay people in the UFC.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's gay people in the UFC. How many fucking fighters are there?
Who's one that you
500?
think? Who's one that you think you'd be like, oh yeah, he's gay. He could be.
Sage Northcutt could definitely be gay.
Okay, and who's the other one?
I don't know, who comes across as gay to you? There are a few people that aren't. Most of them are quite manly.
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, no, I don't. Off the top of my head, I have no clue. Right. So obviously we spoke about this the other day. Fucking Anthony Smith, who just lost to John Jones, last week, is fighting Gustafsson in fucking Sweden. Me and Sean said this is just a terrible fight. You can't lose. You should have took a longer break. Because he came on Ariel this week and said that he didn't want to fight till next January, and now he's fighting in June in Gustafsson's hometown in 3 months.
Let's just get back on the winning streak, don't it?
Yeah, that's a tough fight to
But he backs himself now. He backs himself now. Thingy, do you know what I mean?
I feel like he has something to prove now, especially if that performance against Jones. He probably didn't feel like he fulfilled anything.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
everyone down. So I think this one he wants to come
And
back.
he didn't take that much damage. I mean, he got absolutely. You saw it, right? Saw the fight, Jones.
No.
Smith?
Well,
No,
you know
so-
when me and Sean were reenacting it.
Oh yeah.
That was it.
It would literally look like Jones was going easy on him. I wouldn't say Anthony Smith took that much damage in that fight, even though he got absolutely dealt with.
He got dissected, but it wasn't like.
No, I wouldn't say he got concussed or anything.
No, it was more to the body and
Yeah.
It wasn't kind of because Jones don't really have knockout. He don't really. The funny thing about Jones is he don't really go for the head a lot, does he?
Not much. No.
He doesn't really go for the head, so it was more to the body and the legs and
Put it this way,
other
he
limbs.
didn't. I doubt he took that much more damage than he's taken in a training session. In sparring up to it, he probably took
Yeah,
that much damage.
he's probably
you know
good for
what
the fight, but I think to go from Jones and then to go against Gustafsson, I think it's one killer after another. I think he needed to just give him some time.
Because what I did think when I saw that Jones fight is that he did struggle with how tall Jones was. Because if you think about the Anthony Smith's fights he's had at heavyweight, even though he came up from middleweight, he's still been like bigger. He's been taller.
And you got to think he was at middleweight, so he was probably
But
talented.
he's still been bigger at light heavyweight, whereas he proper struggled to reach Jones. So then he's going to...
Gustafsson not really
Yeah,
tall.
Gustafsson's
taller than Jones.
He's taller than Jones, so he's going to struggle again.
And the hat, yeah, it's a hard one, I think. Especially 5 rounds as well against Gustafsson. That's a hard fight to come back to.
It's going to be Struggle City.
Right, okay. And then the other one we spoke about briefly is we thought Yoel Romero was going to fight Paulo Costa next, but I don't know what happened with Paulo Costa, but Romero's fighting Jacare next.
Oh, they think he failed a drug test.
Oh, really?
That's the rumour.
Oh.
Rumours that he failed a drug test, yeah.
So why is there room? Do you know why? Because the UFC want him to be like this big star in Brazil, innit? They're probably like, I reckon they're hiding it.
Yeah, they're going to delay. That's why people think, because they always come out with a reason.
Yeah.
And usually if it's a drug test and something dodgy.
Such bollocks.
And I genuinely think this will happen, right? This is a theory. They've said someone else in the UFC is having a problem with Turinabol.
Like John Jones.
Like John Jones, with the spike in and the pulse in of Turinabol. I think that's Paulo Costa. And that's why they haven't come out with it yet. I think they're getting the story ready. I haven't even heard that, but that's like my theory.
Well, that's skeptical here, boys.
And if that happens to Paulo Costa, you know John Jones is chatting shit, because Paulo Costa's definitely on some shit.
Yeah, he's just a freak. I really wanted to see him and Romero. That would have been freaks of freaks.
If they start letting Paulo Costa off for that Turinabol, that would be fucked up.
Yeah, it will be, because the way he fights as well, he just rips people. Like the Johnny Hendricks one was bad, I thought.
That'd be so
Is
fucked
Romero
up.
the one that speaks proper funny?
Yeah,
He's like, I know you!
Cuba, yeah.
Michael Bisping!
Yeah.
Very funny, man. I love Romero. He does some bad things in fights, but he's so fucking funny. Have you ever heard him on Rogan?
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh,
he's on Joe Rogan.
It's like him. It's like Rogan, Romero, and Joey Diaz. And Joey Diaz is like the connection because he's like part Cuban. And then Romero's just talking. He's like, don't he talk? He's like, Joe, I want to say something, but... And then he pauses for like 10 seconds. He's like, but you know... And he just talks again. It's so
Every like
funny.
5 minutes he'd forget a word and Joey Diaz would like,
And he'd be like,
say the word that he's like forgetting, like being a bit of a translator kind of thing.
It's great. It's a great episode. Romero's just so fascinating.
That is really good episode, actually.
Well, he's like a Olympic wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he got to the like he's
That
so
was,
decorated.
That was like fucking over 20 years ago.
Yeah, because he's like 41 now. And look at him. He looks like a fucking like a statue that's been carved and just painted.
Like Joe
black.
Rogan said in the podcast, like, because he came into the UFC when he was like 35. Like, imagine if he came in his prime, like during the
20.
fucking Olympics, and he'd been training MMA. Like, he's sick now, but imagine him back then. Because Romero's like, I'm nothing how I was back then. Like, he's not even close.
The thing, because he's only had like 14 MMA fights or something, 15. He's had hardly any.
Yeah.
He literally has just been wrestling, but he's just a ridiculous athlete. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so Yoel Romero versus Jacare.
Oh,
And I
yeah, versus Jacare.
Right, so I like this fight, and I'll tell you why, because they fought the first time, and they gave Romero the decision. I thought Jacare won.
Yeah.
So it's a good kind of rematch.
We both thought it
and it
was.
makes sense. It kind of makes sense as well. Yeah, we both thought Jacare won.
It wasn't a great fight, though. It wasn't that good a fight.
No, the only thing was when Romero hit that spinning back fist, didn't it, in the first?
But then Jacare fucking dealt with him.
Yeah, it took him down, and Romero gassed.
Because Romero gassed for that onslaught.
Yeah, he did. Well, now Romero's kind of sees it. Like, Romero's had more... He's more...
He's better with his energy.
Yeah.
And I think the opposite of Jacare. Jacare's cardio since that fight has been proper questionable.
Yeah, ever since, quote-unquote, USADA. Like.
Yeah, so it's kind of like gone the other way. Because when going into that fight, everyone thought Jacare was going to fuck him up. Jacare was favourite.
Yes, he was.
And then people thought he kind of won, but he got dropped.
Well, they were both on their mad runs, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but now, Romero's definitely favourite going in, I'd say.
I like the fight, especially 5 rounds. Like,
I got Romero in that.
I'd
I'd be surprised if Jacare wins that.
I think there'll be a finish in the 3rd, either way. I don't know which way. It just depends on who has the upper hand, like, really. Like, it's kind of 50-50, I think.
Yeah, I got Romero.
Right.
Any more?
Yeah. So, right, I got this one. This one was pretty cool. So, Volkanovski is fighting Aldo, May 11th. We spoke about this last week in Brazil. And so, at first, Volkanovski declined it because his friends are getting married. the fucking friends rescheduled the wedding so he could fight on that card, innit? Against
Aw.
Jose Aldo.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that was really, really fucking cool.
That's pretty sick.
That's mad, isn't it? Imagine being...
Are they going?
I'm not too sure. I just saw that and I was like, whoa, like, this has to be talked about. Like, imagine, like, that's kind of like, say, if I fought this big fight in Brazil and you and, like, someone was getting married.
Me and Sean.
I wouldn't even know. I'll just fucking fight like that.
Yeah.
I'm joking, nah. That's like literally like that. To reschedule a whole wedding, but I tell you what, if you're gonna reschedule a wedding, that's a fucking fight to reschedule it for. That's a massive fight, especially in Brazil as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Again, I thought that was great to hear. That was really cool. I have got
cunt upstairs. Fucking.
So loud.
I don't know how he's got the loudest feet I've ever heard in my life.
And the last one that I will talk about, well, I've got two actually.
Yeah.
One is Dylan Dennis is returning. Back in, he's returning in May, so obviously he's everyone knows him for Conor McGregor's training partner.
Yeah.
1-0.
Who's he fighting?
Ropey, fucking
Random.
yeah, Max Humphrey. So
Where's he fighting?
Bellator.
Yeah, but is it in England?
No, it's in Chicago.
Ah.
May 11th. So yeah, he's fighting. Hopefully, he's worked on his striking. Like,
I don't really care that much about Dylan Dennis. He's trying to hype himself up in it, but it's come across as really fake to me.
he just reminds me a bit of Connor, like the way he talks and stuff. Like it's kind of like you can tell, like because he's around him so much, he picks up so much of his shit.
The video Miran showed us.
Oh, of the two together, like, and they say the same thing.
Post-fight press conference of Dylan Dennis, who he's American, right?
Yeah, he's part American, like part Panama or something,
Yeah.
something like, or Honduras or something like that.
But Conor
I think
McGregor's
Honduras.
mannerisms that he has when he's like talking and his accent and everything, Dylan Dennis was like clearly trying to imitate it to like a T in this press conference. It was really, really fucking weird.
Yeah, it was
even
weird.
like how he was speaking with his mouth and everything, like where he was looking, how he was laughing. It was fucking strange, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that when they're around Conor. Like even like some of the Irish fighters, they kind of like pick up a lot of mannerisms and they kind of do the same.
Yeah.
Like even like little things when James Gallagher talks,
Yeah.
I kind of pick up some things like you kind of hear or see what McGregor was.
What,
Like,
Artem?
McGregor said.
Do you reckon Artem?
No, Artem's just just has his own.
Gunnar
fucking-
Nelson, obviously. He doesn't even train with McGregor anymore, does he? Nelson, they're nothing to do with each other.
I think they're just he's in Iceland, isn't he? Kind of.
He doesn't train with Thingy anymore, though, does he?
I think they do there and again, but not as much
Yeah.
as they used to, because they were training like all the time, like back in the day. And like they're such a like complete opposite, aren't they? McGregor and Gunnar Nelson.
Yeah.
Because Gunner's like that cold, don't talk, doesn't really like the media.
But even he's got the accent a bit. He's got like
the Irish
He's
accent.
got an Irish twang, yeah.
Have you ever heard Gunner talk? Very stoic, isn't it? Like just kind of when you see him get in the cage, it's just as if he's walking the dog. Like he's just kind of walking in there. He just don't give a shit. And then the last one I want to talk about, fucking probably best one, fucking Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence's is Saturday. Bro.
Oh yeah, shit yeah. But that's gonna be really late, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think I don't know if I'll be able to. Cause I'm catching a train Sunday morning.
Yeah.
But I mean that fight is fucking lit.
It's really good, but
I think the size is a bit.
I don't see it. It's really interesting, but I only see it going one way.
I think I commend Michael Garcia for stepping up against this fight.
I don't think he matches up well with Errol Spence at all. Not even just in terms, even the style.
I think Mikey Garcia can keep up with him for a certain level and for so many rounds. But I just think the weight and size would just kind of take over. I think Garcia could outbox him like for a while, but then I think Errol Spence is just so fun, and he's at that weight as well. He's so much bigger.
I think Michael Garcia is really good though, but I don't actually think he's amazing.
I think he's a great boxer.
I think he's very good fundamentally, but I don't think I rate him as much as other people seem to.
So what's his skill? Like, what's his skills? Like, how do you sum Mikey Garcia up then?
I'd say his footwork. I'd just say he's very good at everything. I wouldn't really classify him into a category of being amazing at anything. He's just very, very technical.
It's a technical
very
brawler.
mentally good. He knows what to do, when to do it. But I wouldn't say he's like got amazing defense, amazing offense, amazing footwork, that you can say with some of the other top guys.
I think he's a tremendous boxer. There's obviously boxers and fighters and stuff. He's a tremendous boxer, and he's very. He reminds me of just a very technical brawler. Very smart, dirty boxing kind of. If you had to put that in one.
But what fight did he have that you go fucking hell? He looked fucking good.
Well, not against like them top guys. Like against like Broner, he looks really good.
I thought he looked really good, but I didn't.
But Broner never steps up for them kind of like big fights, which saddens me.
So what Mikey Garcia fight do you think he looks like?
Go on his record.
Because I've never seen him have a fucking like outstanding performance. I just think he's.
But I do think it's a tall order against Errol Spence. You should watch Errol Spence. You bet Errol Spence, G.
Who?
Errol Spence, boxer, amazing. Like a country boy. He talks proper country. So.
Orlando Salido. He's the one that beat Lomachenko, isn't it?
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
He
Pretty sure anyway.
No, Garcia's nose was broken from an accidental head clash. So he didn't actually like finish him. He fucking won because his nose got broken from a headbutt. So that don't even.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say he's fought anyone like insanely good. Just very good people.
Yeah, I mean, Lipenes, the last three I know, Burgos I've heard of.
Roman Martinez, I've definitely.
He's the one that fucking thingy. Yeah, Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Lomachenko knocked it. I remember Lomachenko knocking him out. That's the fight I wanted to see. It's Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
That would have been the fight that
That'd
made
been
sense. But I think this is just a tall order thing. I think Errol Spence will finish him, or like he'll go decision.
I don't know if he'll finish him, but I think he'll dominate the fight.
Like how tall is Mikey Garcia? Because the stare down, I remember thinking, fuck. Like, so he's 5'6", and Errol Spence is what? He is
probably 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9.5". And
yeah.
I think for Mikey Garcia to win, he can win. I don't think he can knock him out. I think if he wins, he will outbox him. But I think even that's gonna be difficult. But it's a great fight. What a fight!
Is that it?
Yeah, that is it from me.
That's it from me. Is that from you, George?
Is that from you? Anything you'd like to add, Georgia?
Yeah, we'll be here next week.
Yeah, like and subscribe our video, bro.
Yeah, mate.
Fucking sweet.
Oh.
That was a spoon.
Spoon. Alright, peace out.
Bye.
See you later, motherfuckers.